Hello YouTube, this is the Sim Basketball Operator bringing NBA 2K14 Nuggets Association commentary. And before we get into the actual gameplay against the Los Angeles Lakers, we're looking at some of the injury reports, and Kobe Bryant only lasted 8 games in the 2014-15 season before spraining his shoulder, knocking him out for about 2 to 4 weeks. Their backup center Jordan Hill also suffered a severe ankle sprain most recently, and he is also out for 2 to 4 weeks. On our side of the basketball, Jordan Hamilton, my backup small forward, is out with a sprained wrist 1 to 2 weeks. So we're going to need some more guys to step up like Ronnie Brewer and such. And now looking at some of the statistics and standings. After that opening day loss to the Portland Trailblazers, the Nuggets have won 9 straight in the simulation. They sport the 10th best offense in terms of scoring, which is nice to see. About where we were last year, and considering all the trades, it's nice to see that we have at least maintained our production. But what's really incredible is that we've gone from like the second worst or third worst defense to the number 1 defense in terms of opponents' points per game. A very good trend, a very good sign, and we also sport the best point differential. So we'll see if all these stats are a fluke or not in this upcoming game at home against the Los Angeles Lakers.
It's an all-Western Conference matchup in today's game as the Lakers come into town for this one. And as we start the weekend here on this Friday night, this is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg welcoming you to NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. And guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Pau Gasol?
Well, great length and skill for Gasol, guys. People forget he's one of the best post scorers in the game. A little underrated, if that's possible. He can finish with either hand, great footwork. He can score on the block. He can face you up and knock down a jump shot. To me, he's the most skilled big man in the game right now.
And Steve, you talk about his skill level, his passing and vision for a big guy. Really unique and special, whether on the high post or low post. He does an excellent job.
So with Kobe Bryant out, the Lakers are forced to start Jordan Farmar, Wesley Johnson at the 2, Wilson Chandler, Pau Gasol, and Elton Brand. But look at Terrence Ross here, dropping Wesley Johnson, realizing Jordan Farmar came over to help, leaving Ty Lawson open for the 3. And that's just a great driving kick. Great move by Terrence Ross, who's one of my exciting players on the roster. Now, Wilson Chandler and JaVale McGee were traded to the Lakers by my team, and that was during the NBA draft. And we used those 2 players and I think a pick to move up to select Joel Embiid, who is starting at center for me. But I don't know why they're starting Elton Brand when they can start Ed Davis and JaVale McGee. They decided to leave those 2 guys on the bench and Chris Kaman, so they actually have a very deep front court. But the man who killed us today was Jordan Farmar. He and his big ears and his bald head and his ugly face. No, that's just the 2K. That's just the 2K drawing for him in current gen mode. But he just torched us today, scoring a lot of points and taking advantage of Ty Lawson's lack of defensive ability. And here's Chris Kaman, though, their backup center, or third string center, I guess in this case, taking a nice turnaround, which helps them take the lead entering the second quarter. They have a 1-point advantage, but that defense is really starting to show. We held them to 21 points, which is a pretty good accomplishment. However, offense decided to sputter. Terrific block right there by my starting power forward, Kenneth Faried, leading to his Omer Asik transition dunk. Great defense leading to offense. And that's just really how we get things going. Our offense affects how we play on defense, and our defense affects how we play on offense. So we can be a little bit of a streaky team, I'm starting to notice, which is a little bit concerning. However, we can and have that ability to come back late in games. Bad turnover here by Danilo Gallinari, getting caught in the key. And then Aaron Gordon, their rookie, steals the ball. And he's going to take it down and mash on Jeremy Pargo. That was disgusting, and now he's flexing the guns. But yep, Aaron Gordon has that very highly touted vertical, and he's showing it off right there. Yep, so Aaron Gordon wouldn't have been the guy that we would have picked if we kept our pick, assuming he was available at that time. And I'm glad that we don't have him because we had a huge gap in the center position, and Joel Embiid is really working out for us. Nice 3 there by Danilo Gallinari on the catch and shoot. And then fast forward to the next possession a little bit. Jordan Farmar is going to try to take it in. Blocked by Omer Asik, our backup center. Grabbed by Faried, who's letting out his inner point guard skills. Giving it to Gallinari, who just runs over his former teammate Wilson Chandler and gets the layup. So Gallinari went on a nice little run on his own in the second quarter. But here's Jordan Farmar driving and kicking. creating for his team, and he's going to get the ball right back at the right wing, and he's going to drill this three-pointer. I did not know that Jordan Farmer was such an offensive weapon, but he's really making me pay right here. Randy Foye loses Wesley Johnson on the pick and roll, but JaVale McGee is able to put back Wesley's miss at the rim. And JaVale is trying to make a statement here, showing that, hey, you know, Joel Embiid, he's not any better than him. But frankly, we all know that Embiid has higher potential and at this point has a much more developed offensive game than JaVale. And plus, I'm tired of Denver Nuggets showing up on Shacking a Fool. Here's Ty Lawson to close out the first half. Not going to be able to get that mid-range jumper to go. And so through the first half, the score is 48-46 Denver. A nice solid advantage right there. The team is playing really well, being able to contain the Lakers, especially since they don't have Kobe. And it's pretty exciting stuff to see. Here's Ty Lawson shaking Jordan Farmer so badly. However, he did kind of run into Wesley Johnson there at the end, but nonetheless is able to sink the jumper. But Jordan Farmer pretty much had an answer for everything. Look at this contested jumper. Great contest by Randy Foye, but I guess Jordan Farmer is letting out his inner Mamba right now. And then here's Ty Lawson, though, doing all he can, picking Nick Young's Swaggy P's pocket, and he's just going to dunk on Jordan Farmer and hang on the rim. This is a home game. I can do whatever I want, and the crowd loves it. Moving on. It's a 65-64 advantage. The Lakers are still holding on. Kaman, the caveman, is going to get blocked here by Ryan Anderson, who had a surprising number of blocks today. Corey Joseph's going to run the break, lob it up to Terrence Ross. And Terrence Ross throws down the alley-oop. Terrence Ross has a highly filmed signature skill, and he's sure as heck showing it early in the season in both games that I've played. Bad turnover here, leading to this Kendall Marshall left-handed layup. Not very good, and that's something that the team continues to struggle with, is turnovers. However, our pick and roll is our bread and butter, no matter who we're running it with, and Corey Joseph is able to find Omer Ashik, who gave us a very nice contribution off the bench, defensively, offensively, and on the boards. He's a very refined center, and he provides a nice veteran presence off my bench. But here's Pau Gasol, going to work late in the third quarter. He's able to get that post move and another to go. And Pau Gasol didn't have as big of an impact in this game as I thought he would, but mainly it's because the Lakers and Mike D'Antoni decided that they're still going to run through their point guards. Now here's Wesley Johnson, way out, no threat at all until he gives it to Farmar for the three, and my goodness, Jordan Farmar has been going off. Here's Wilson Chandler, had a solid game, not from shooting from the arc. He's actually going to get stolen by Robert Sacre, and go Sacre, go! And Sacre gets the fast break dunk. Robert Sacre is one of my favorite players. He's a great bench celebrator, and he just gives a lot to this team as the third string center. And he's just so fun to play with. He's Robert Sacre, people. And then here, skip pass off the design play from Corey Joseph to Anderson, and Anderson's going to knock down the mid-range jumper. But Jordan Farmer is back, finding Wilson Chandler for the backdoor play. And Chandler's a little disappointed that we decided to choose Gallinari over him, but frankly, Gallinari is a much more consistent player, and he provides a little bit more to us and not sacrificing as much defensive ability as I thought. So Ty Lawson's there, able to get the mid-range jumper, and then running my favorite play, the slice 3 cross. Add this to all of your playbooks because there's just so many options in this progression. Could have taken Pau Gasol right there, but elect to go to Ty Lawson for the mid-range jumper, giving us the lead. Now we're up 96-94. This game is going down to the wire, and Jordan Farmer ties it up, had a foot on the line, which is helpful. And then here, Gallo answering right back, driving to the hoop, and extending our lead to 4. So we have a bit of command in this game. The Lakers did respond with the basket, actually a pair of free throws. And now Ty Lawson's going to isolate. Call for the pick and roll from Embiid. Throw it to Embiid, and there's just nothing that Pau Gasol can do, showing the Lakers that they should have gone with Embiid, as they probably would have done in real life, but this is 2K. And their 2K engine is kind of an idiot in some ways. Now they're going to Pau Gasol late in the fourth quarter. Throws up the mid-range jumper, and he can't get it to go. A crucial miss right there. But Joel Embiid nearly turns it over, throwing it off Pau Gasol's leg. I was so scared that he actually turned that over, but we are able to beat the full court press and retain possession. Randy Foye's going to get it, but it's going back to Ty Lawson, who immediately finds Joel Embiid for another dunk. And that's just too high percentage late in the game. The Lakers defense completely collapsed, which is no surprise considering D'Antoni's still coaching this team. They have to call timeout, and that pretty much iced the game right there. They did make it interesting with the 3, but I was able to hit my 2 free throws and come out of this game with a 106-101 victory. So it was a little too close for my liking, considering that Kobe Bryant is out. But it's a win nonetheless, our 10th straight win. Very impressive and very nice to see from this squad. Ty Lawson was the MVP. He didn't have as many assists, and he actually doesn't average as many assists as he did last year. He averaged around 9. This year he's averaging around 7, but he's still able to score the basket. Now Farmer had 27 points, 8 assists, a steal. He was just pretty much all over the place. Chandler had 19 points on 8 of 16 shooting, but he did shoot 1 of 8 from the 3-point line, which is what I've come to get used to seeing from him. Marshall added 11 off the bench. Gasol, quiet game, 9 of 6 from the field. And yeah, it was pretty much the Jordan Farmar show on one side of the basketball, but on our side, it was the Ty Lawson show. 32 points, 7 assists. The 4 turnovers are a little bit disgusting, but it's just something that I'm going to have to live with it as my 2K skills are still developing. Joel Embiid, 15 points, 6 rebounds. That rebounding total's got to go up, but he is playing limited minutes. Gallinari with 15 points as well. Oshik with 10 and 7. And Ryan Anderson with 10 and 6. So my backup bigs are providing a lot of help as my starting bigs are starting to grow into their roles. Kenneth Faried had double-digit rebounds as he usually does. That's pretty much what he does, not much on the offensive end, however. Team stats are pretty even. Also, I want to make this one disclaimer. These beats in the background were created by ThaiBeats, and I usually just pick beats from different YouTubers, and I usually credit them in the description. So YouTube, do not flag me for this if you are listening to this commentary. Now, this is a very convincing win, 10 straight victory, nice to see. This is the Sim Basketball Operator, and I will see you guys all in the next video.